Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to do my Shop My Stash / Project 10 Uses update. I have a lot rolling out today, so I'm super excited. I've been waiting to film this video because I really am tired of some of these items. Some of them have been in the project from the previous time, and yeah, I'm just ready to roll some stuff out and shop my stash. So super excited. If you're not familiar with how I'm doing this, basically it's a shop my stash, but whatever I pick, I want to use at least 10 times, and I am tracking that. So yeah, it's kind of a usage goal for Shop My Stash, which I know a lot of people do. And for me, I've actually really enjoyed it. So the first one is this Laura Geller Spackle Mist Restore Spray. I have used this, how many times? 17 times this last month, so I'm definitely rolling out because I've used it more than 10 times. It's nice. Actually, I always said it was a strange mister, but I actually like it because it really just reaches your whole face. You can get it in your hair if you're not too careful, but I kind of like it. It doesn't just do like one little dot on the face. It literally is like you're walking through a waterfall and you just like, the mist, you know? Something like that. It's quite nice. Next up, I rolled in a L'Oreal lipstick. This one is staying in. I've only used it 4 times. It is this lovely pink color. It looks an absolute mess, but I really do like this. I actually could have worn it today. But yeah, I like this, but it's going to stay in because I just didn't end up using it too much. I have another lip item here, the Fenty, what is this? Fussy, I think? Yeah, this is a beautiful lip gloss. And honestly, it tastes and smells so good. I love it. I can't remember, what is it? What does it smell like? Let me see. Yeah, it's like raspberries or like a berry sort of scent. It's super, super lovely. But I've only used this twice, so I definitely need to keep it in and use it more. I just didn't get around to using it too much. Next up, I've got a foundation, the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Dewy Foundation. I have used this 11 times and it is rolling out. This is such a good foundation for me, and it's so affordable and cheap. I've never tried Wet n Wild. And, you know, I know that they're not like cruelty free, I think, or, you know, they're just sort of, you know, your standard everyday sort of makeup brand, super affordable and not really sure about the ethics and stuff. But this is such a nice foundation and I really like it. It's a perfect match for me because it's very light and pale, and I am pretty light and pale at the moment. And yeah, it's dewy and it's very, very, very liquidy. I really like it. It's not super thick when you're putting it on. So it is nice, and it's kind of full coverage too. So yeah, I really like that, but I'm going to be rolling that one out. Next up is another lip item. This is the Luxe Lip Oil in the shade Paper Pansy from ColourPop. I actually have it on today. This one I have used 6 times. It's staying in. So far, all of these lip items are staying in. I knew I rolled in too many, but I'm still going to roll in more today because I imagine I'll be done with these pretty soon. But yeah, that one I only used 6 times, so just need to use 4 more times and then it'll be done. This next one I pretty much used every single time because I did have another concealer in a project and I finished that. So I've been using this L'Oreal Infallible Concealer every time I've done my makeup, apart from maybe 1 or 2 times when I didn't use a concealer. So I have used this 18 times this last month. So yeah, this one, I need to roll this one out. This is in the shade Bisque. Really good foundation. It's a good concealer, actually. I kind of like it. Someone said that it was drying. So far, it hasn't been super drying on me. The only time when I feel like my skin looks drying is when I actually put powder on. That's the only time when my skin looks dry. It's not so much what product I put in. It's what powder I do or how much powder I put on. That's the time when like my under eyes get really dry. Like today they're dry and I put my Maybelline loose powder on and I just think, oh, why do I do that? Because it just makes it look a little bit dry. But anyway, yeah, that concealer is actually pretty good. Next up, another lip item. So this one is the Lime Crime liquid lipstick. I had it in the last time. Last month I had only used it 3 times. This month I've only used it twice. I do have it in another project. I'm just really failing. So far I've only used it 5 times in the last 2 months. So what am I doing? What can I do with this? This is in the shade Red Velvet. I think I have it still in another project, so I'm gonna keep it in again to try and get like you know, obviously 5 more uses out of it. I really should roll it out, but you know, I already have it in a project, so I might as well just keep it out. It's gonna be out on my vanity anyway, so yeah, I'm just gonna keep it out, but that one is kind of a fail for me. Eyeliner, ooh, okay. This one I'm going to be rolling out, but I haven't used it 10 times, but I've used it 8 times in total, which I think is good enough because I really just don't use eyeliner a lot. This is the Only Oily Waterproof Eyeliner. I think it's a very, very cheap, affordable eyeliner. I'm not sure. I was gifted it because it looked so pretty. And it's one of these felt tip ones. And actually it's kind of nice. So yeah, last month I used it 4 times and this month I have used it 4 times. I actually did a look with my Baby Got Peach Colourpop palette and then I lined it with this, and I really like that look, and I wish that I could do that all the time because the liner looks super clean. I mean, this is the cleanest that I've ever done eyeliner, so I was super impressed with myself. But I'm going to be rolling that one out. I just feel like 8 times is good enough. I don't need to prove myself another 2 more times. That's good enough, so I'm going to be rolling that one out. Next up is a blush. So I have the Kiko. This is one of the newest ones, the Blossoming Beauty in Lovely Mauve. And I have not used this 10 times yet. You have sort of a shimmer side and then you have a matte side. I've used this 5 times, so I just need to use it 5 more times. Really lovely. I just have so many blushes in projects. That's why I haven't used it more. But it's like a mauvey. I mean, it says it's it's called Lovely Mauve, so you'd expect it to be mauvey, but it is pretty mauvey. It is nice. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep that one in. Another item I'm gonna be rolling out is, what is this one? Oh, wait, hold on. I picked the wrong one, is this Milani bronzer. This one I have used 10 times. I could have used it more, but once I hit 10 times, I was like, okay, let me use something else. This is the Dolce Baked Bronzer. I don't think you'll be able to see any difference in the dome. I mean, maybe it's gone down a little bit. I didn't really take any pictures or anything like that. But yeah, I've used it 10 times. It's a really nice bronzer. It's great for any time of the year. Even though it looks kind of orangey, it actually works okay on me. Usually I don't like more orange tone bronzers or foundations or anything like beigey type like that. I kind of prefer more of the cool tone bronzers. But this is quite nice. So yeah, that one is rolling out. Next up is my Bait highlighter from DLS. This one is nice. So this is kind of a strange item. This is in the shade Bellini. I got this in a beauty box. I have used this 8 times. I think I'm gonna keep it in. No, should I? No, I'm gonna roll it out actually because I've used it 8 times. What's 2 more times gonna really do? I'll show you what it looks like now. I had never used it before, but it looks like that. But obviously, you know, it's domed, so it's gonna take an absolute age to get through any of this. And I use it in my inner corner. I used it once on the cheeks and it was far too pink, but I have been putting it in my inner corner and it's been working so nice. So 7 out of the 8 times I did it in a corner and then just 1 time on the cheeks. But yeah, really like this. And yeah, I'll roll it out because I feel like I should roll something else in. Okay, another rollout is my Rimmel Stay Matte powder. This one looks like this. I will show you a picture with it last time because I think it would be interesting if I kept it. I don't know if I even kept that picture, but that's what it looks like now. So I think the pan expanded, I've used this 11 times. I do think that I dipped in with a slightly wet brush. I don't know how that happened. So it's got a little bit of that on the side there. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about this anymore. I liked it, but I don't know if I really like it anymore. I don't know. Okay, next up is another rollout. It is my MAC So Play blush. This is in the shade, oh, So Play. This is a Glow Play blush. I always get the name wrong of this item, and it's in the shade So Natural. So this is what it looks like now. It was pretty new. I just bought this, I think, what, a month ago or so. Really lovely blush. Love it, love it, love it. I had it in last month, I think. Yeah, so I used it 6 times last month, and then this month I've used it 4 times, a total of 10 uses. So yeah, that one is done and ready to roll that one out. Next one, another bronzer. This is my Revolution bronzer that I sort of frankened. I added some loose powder to it to try and brighten it up, and I also added some shimmer to it. But this is one of their Splendor Ultra Matte bronzers, and it was in the shade Light. It's probably still a bit light. But yeah, this one I had in the previous month, so I used it 8 times last month, and then this month I have only used it twice. So just 10 uses. I'm just kind of ready to get rid of it. I probably should have rolled it out last month, to be honest, at 8 uses, but I didn't. So I've learnt my lesson now. But yeah, that one I'm rolling out. Okay, this item I am going to roll out. I haven't used it 10 times, but I feel like I've used it enough. So this is my liquid highlighter Academy of Color. So last month I only used it once. This month I have used it 6 times. So that's a total of 7 times. I'm pretty proud of myself. When I started using it, I actually was like, oh, okay, I kind of like it. It's nice. It's still like right in the center there. I actually have a little marking there. So it's about the same as where it is. Honestly, when I take it out of, it's like one of these droppers, but like you need a lot. Or I don't need a lot when I put it on, and I've been putting it on either before my foundation or right after my foundation, and honestly it's been looking really lovely. It actually looks nice. It doesn't lift the foundation so far, and I've used it with different types of foundation, so I think it's a nice product. It's just I want to roll it out because I'm a little bit tired of it, and I did push myself to use it 6 times this month, and I feel like that's a win. So I'm going to roll that one out. All right, we got a few more. So we got the Technique Illuminating Primer. This one is with hyaluronic acid. I have used this, I think, yeah, 10 times. I used it 6 times last month and 4 times this month. So this one is a rollout as well. This one is like a liquid highlighter. So I basically had 2 liquid highlighters in the project at one time. It's not really a primer. I mean, I've been using it as a primer, but it's so shiny. Like you can pretty much see your reflection in my skin when I put it on. So it's kind of funny, but foundation does a pretty good job at masking that, but then the shine does come through, and yeah, you do end up with a lot of shine. So if you're not into that, then yeah, definitely don't try it. Okay, another rollout is my Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation, and this one is in the shade 2 Natural, and I had it in the project last month. So last month I had used this, how many times? 5 times, and then this month I've used it 5 times to roll it out. The shade is just, that's the issue with it. I think it's an okay foundation. It's a little bit thick for me. It's not like the Wet n Wild where it's like loose and runny and blends in. This one is pretty thick. I'm not a huge fan of the consistency, and I think if I had a different shade I probably would like it more. So I think mostly it's the shade that's off for me, but this one I have used 10 times. I'm going to be rolling it out. And then we've got my Natasha Denona Bronze Cheek Face Glow palette. This one I have used more than 10 times, I think. Yeah, I used it 5 times last month, and then this month I've used it 6 times, a total of 11 times, and then this is what it looks like now. So just to give you an update, I think pretty much I used this shade the whole time. I didn't really dip into the other ones too much. I used this one only once, this one only once, and then this one 5 times. So yeah. Still haven't dipped into this one. I just don't need to at this point. It's too dark for me. If I get a super lovely tan this year, then maybe, but otherwise, I don't know what to do with that one at the moment. But yeah, I think this is a beautiful highlighter. I really like it. All right, so really quickly on the eyeshadow palettes. I've got 2 eyeshadow palettes that I'm rolling out. I have 3 in the project. So you know the 2 that I'm rolling out because I had them in last month. So the first one is my Sigma called a Rosa. I have used this now exactly 10 times, but obviously dipped into every shade at least once. I think last month there was a shade that I hadn't dipped into. Yeah, it was, which one? This one I hadn't dipped into last month, but I have this month. And I'll just put up on the screen like the progress and also the times that I dipped in. I don't want this video to be super long. I already feel like it is. But yeah, I've used this month. I don't think I used every single shade. I didn't go into Apricot this month, and I also didn't go into Hybrid, Medallion, or Summer Song. So basically all of those are mattes, but I used all the shimmers, and I really like these more like pinky berry tones. This Shakespeare tone shade is my favorite of the whole palette, I have to say. This one, it looks like I've used quite a bit, which obviously I have, but it's still not my favorite. I think the Shakespeare, even when a few times when I marked my usage on this, it's when I would maybe just go in and use the Shakespeare just once for a look, to complete a look that I'm using with a different palette. I just think it's a really nice toned matte. I really like that berry tiring at the moment. So yeah, that one's been nice, but I'm super excited to be rolling this out because I'm quite tired of it. Okay, the next one is my W7 on the Rocks, and this one I have used 7 times in total as well. I used it 7 times. I've used it 10 times. I used it 7 times last month and then 3 times this month. I probably should have rolled it out last month because as soon as I filmed my last update and then I was looking at it, I was like, oh, I don't really want to work on this palette anymore. But I did. So I've used it 3 more times. And yeah, didn't use too many of the shades, honestly. I'll let you see on the screen how many times I used the shades this month, but it really wasn't a lot. But I have used every single shade at least once. I think I did that last month, and then this month I think I only used maybe half of the shades this month. But yeah, I still like this palette. I just was ready to use something else. Okay, so last month I rolled in my Artemis palette from Alter Ego. This is such a nice palette, but I haven't had a chance to use it too much because I was concentrating on those two. I have a lot of eyeshadow palettes in projects. So this one was put on the back burner. I've only used it 3 times, but this is what it looks like now. It was brand new when I rolled it in. Such a beautiful palette. It is so gorgeous. Yeah, you can see I've dipped in a couple of times in some of these shades, but I haven't used obviously all of the shades at least once. So this one might stay in for a couple more months. We'll see how I can do this month. It is so lovely though. I really like these grungy tones over here. I will say I don't feel like there is there's a lot of mid-tone shades and I feel and some darker shades, but I feel like it would have benefited from a couple of lighter shades. That's what I'm feeling, because I feel like a couple of these shimmers are very similar, and this is the only sort of inner corner one, but I would have liked maybe a brighter shimmer of maybe a different color. I think that would have been ideal for me, but so far I really like it. Yeah, haven't used every single shade, but I will put up on the screen what shades I have used. But yeah, super lovely. I'm excited to try the other 2 palettes that I got, because I got 3 palettes from Alter Ego, but this one definitely need to put more love into it. But I'm going to do like a ranking video of all the palettes that I've used like for this next quarter, which will be in the next 3 months. And you know, unless something else blows me away, unless something else blows me away, I think this will be up there. I'm not sure if it's gonna be like my all-time favorite, but I think so far it might be like in the top 5. I think we'll see what happens, because you know, we have quite a lot of time left. But anyway, yeah, that one's nice, so I'm going to be keeping that one in. I'm going to be shopping my stash, so let's go shop my stash. All right, so let's think about this. There is a lipstick that I definitely know I want to pour. Let me see if I can find it. This one. This is the, no, not that one. Where is it? The Estee Lauder. I'm looking for my Estee Lauder. Maybe it's in here. Ah, here it is. This one. I want to pull this one out. This is Estee Lauder Envy. I've just been craving this color. It looks pretty deep there, but it comes on. It comes across on me quite a nice sort of deep beigey sort of reddish. Not reddish, but like orangey reddish tone. I don't know. I like it. It looks good. So I'm going to pull that one out, and I've been thinking about wearing that one. Let me think. So I've got a lot of pinks in at the moment. So what do I want to do? I never know with lipstick what I want to do, because it always sort of depends on the look. And I haven't like got any new things apart from that Fenty thing, which I already have in. I mean, this is new, but I didn't buy it. It came in that beauty box that I got. This is the Make Me Matte. So basically, it's a lipstick mattifier. So you put on like a shiny lipstick, which I have quite a lot. Like this, for instance, this Firefly from Max Factor is super shiny. And I'm wondering, like, this is supposed to make it mattifying, which is kind of strange. And then I also got this in that same box, which is just a lip balm, which I don't really feel like pulling right now. I like this one actually, but this is very similar to the one I just pulled. Yeah, I don't want to pull 2 colors of the same. This is nice. This is very sheer though. This is from Urban Decay. It's their Gubby. It's very sheer though. I don't know. So yeah, and maybe this one. This is the NYX Soft Cream in Tokyo. I'll pull this. This is kind of nice too. All right, so here we have sort of my face bases. I know I want to pull this one out, this glowish in the shade Fair Light. Have a pretty nice dip in this, although you can't really see it, but yeah, I really like this, so I want to take this one out. Concealer wise, I think I'm going to take out, I want to play around with this. This is the CBD concealer. It's a color corrector though, so I'm going to take this one out, but I'm also going to take something else out, which, oh my gosh, I really don't have a lot of concealers anymore. I think I'm going to take this Candid out. I'm not sure if I even like it, so I'm going to take it out and see. And then in terms of a primer, what have I not used recently? I mean, there's a couple in here that I haven't used at all. This Ofra one, maybe let's try this one. I've never tried it. It is Cool as a Cucumber. Yeah, I'll try this one and see what it's like. And then foundation wise, it's either going to be this one, the Pretty Fresh from ColourPop, or the CC Camo from e.l.f. I quite feel like, or actually the Urban Decay. I feel like pulling one of these because they're sort of lightweight. I kind of want to pull one of these two though. I'm working on a ColourPop already, so maybe I'll pull the e.l.f. one. So this is the drawer where my life is kind of a mess. I need to organize this one, which I need to organize. I needed to organize it before. I do want to pull a bronzer, and I do have this little mini Milk Baked bronzer that I kind of feel like testing out. I also don't want to neglect my ABH bronzer. That is so nice. I really like this, but maybe I will just hold off another month because it's just so nice. And let's try the Milk one and see how it go, because obviously this one is very, very popular, very famous, and quite hard to pan. So yeah, I got the mini because I'm not going to get the huge one. I don't even know if I'm going to like it. And then in terms of, hold on a minute, what else am I going to take? Oh gosh, I don't know. I thought I knew what blush to take, but I actually have no idea. I could take the Huda Beauty Glowish blush. I haven't used this in a while and I really, really like it. Do I want to take it? I'm just thinking of the other blushes that I'm working on. Is it too similar? It might be a little too similar. But you know what? I'm gonna take it out. There is this one. I got Lord & Berry in that beauty box that I keep talking about because I just got one beauty box a couple months ago. This is a blush crayon blush. I've never heard of anything like this. I haven't tried it yet, but let me know if you've ever tried something like a crayon blush. How does that work? It's kind of weird. So I put it in my creams, but yeah, I don't know what to do with that. Okay, let's look at highlighters. Okay, so over here, let's see. I kind of want to pull, yeah, I want to use this one. This is my Kiko highlighter that broke in the shade Light of Venus. Yeah, it was broken when it got here, and I have it in here, all the broken shards, and I still haven't finished that. And this is something that I wanted to pan and finish this year. I want to get through this. I don't want to keep this. And look at it, there's so much in there. So I'm going to pull this out and see. It's going to be hard to show progress on that, but you know, I'll still pull it out anyway. And then I want a powder bronzer because sometimes I don't want to just rely on the cream, and I've used these two recently. I don't really care for these two. This one's a bit dark for me. This is the Ofra. I honestly should kind of get rid of that, but I'm just waiting to see if I can make it work. And then this one is too light, so it doesn't really do anything. So that one, I think I might have to pull one of these cheaper ones. This Technique one, the shimmer bronzer, is actually not bad. It's kind of nice. And then I have this Essence Good Stuff. It's a matte and a glow. So that's the matte side and that's the glow side. That's quite nice as well. It's super pigmented. This one is more natural. This is from Essence as well. But yeah, I don't have too many bronzers, to be honest. I kind of got rid of some. I think I'm going to pull this one and play around with it because I don't really remember how it looks. So yeah, I'm going to take that one out. All right, so this drawer is getting a little bit strange because it's kind of a mix of weird stuff. So I've got like face palettes or bigger compacts in here. I did pick this up. This is new. This is from Douglas, which is, I guess, a European department sort of beauty store. And this is a highlighting palette. I saw this in store and I couldn't resist. I just thought the compact was quite nice. And look at those. Aren't they stunning? I mean, do I need that? No, but I just looked at that. And then I was swatching them and they're so nice. So I have to keep it. I have to play around with it. I haven't touched it. I swatched the one in store, but I haven't played around with this one. So I'm going to take this one out. Oh, actually, I really wanted to play with my Belgian waffle. Maybe I should take this one out as well. I really, really love it. Gosh, I'm going to have loads of face palettes. I don't know. Let me think about this. Should I really? I just want to dip into this bronzer because it's such a good bronzer for me. I really, really like it. Okay, let's save that for the next time. I don't want to overwhelm myself because it's just going to get a little bit too much. I'm wondering if I should take another eyeliner out because I feel like I'm getting into them. I'm getting, you know, more comfortable with them. But I also don't want to have the same ones in all the time. I'm going to pull this one in. This is from Primark. It's a really old one. It's kind of a pinky shade. Let me just swatch it actually. Can you even see that? I'm wondering if I could even use that at some point for anything. I'm going to pull this out and see what I can do with it, if I can do anything with it. If not, I might have to declutter it because it doesn't look super nice. If you're looking at my nails, they look pretty purple because I just washed my hair and I've been using purple shampoo and it definitely stains my nails. So they do look dirty, but I trust you, like trust me, it's really just the purple shampoo, just FYI. And then let's have a look. I do want to pull a mascara. I picked this up at a local, like a local, we have a lot of Chinese stores here. And I picked this up there. I'm a little bit worried about using it, to be honest, but it looks good. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I should try it, right? Look at that. Look at that wand. That's a me wand. I kind of like that. I'm going to take this out. And if it's awful, I'll just chuck it. It was, I think, €1. So one of these. I don't think I'm going to pull any of these because I have my NYX one out in another project and I'm kind of trying to pan it. So no point me having two out at the same time. So I'm going to move on. All right. I always feel like this is the juicy part because, you know, it's eyeshadow palettes. Can anyone relate? This is like the best part of a Shop My Stash when you like can see the eyeshadow palettes and stuff. I basically organized it in color story. So I've got like more my pinks and my mauves here. I've got my blues and green palette here. And then in the second drawer, I've got sort of more my colorful palettes, peachy neutrals, or like these are all like peachy neutrals and then like more neutrals. And then this one actually should be not, I don't even know where that one should be, but these are all more neutrals and peachy tones and maybe colorful. Like that's kind of how I've done it. It kind of makes sense in my brain. So let me just think. I think I want to pull one of these out because I don't have any palettes out with a lot of greens or blues, and I kind of want to pull it out just to have a variety. It's not something I always pull, but I like to have the variety. This is a palette that I did mention that I want to get some use out of. I don't think I want to roll it into a project though, because that's quite a lot to, I mean, there's only 8 shades, but I would still need to use it 10 times. And I don't think I could use this palette 10 times, just in terms of the color story. So I'm not going to pull that one out. This one, I feel like it's too samey. Like I would get bored of this one. This is a nice palette, but to use it 10 times and, you know, there's only really so many looks that I would do with this palette. So I don't think I'm going to pull that one out either. Don't want to really pull a color pop. I think I'm leaning towards my Club Nebula because this is one that I said I wanted to use more in the next few months, and you know, I'll at least use one of these shades, like all of these shades at least once, but then I can like give some love to these other shades and use the palette 10 times because, you know, this is a pricey palette out and it's discontinued, it's loved by so many people. I don't want to not use it. So yeah, I'm gonna pull this one out. I think I'm really over mauve tones, so I'm not going to pull any of these. I do want to play around with this, which is not really a mauve tone, but I kind of group it in here anyway because I want to keep it with my Norvina just to keep them together. But I don't want to put this in the project either. So yeah, no, I'm not going to pull any of these ones. All right, moving on to my neutrals, my loves. I love a lot of these. But there's also a lot of palettes here that I have not used. Oops. Like, I've never used this whatever from ColourPop. I haven't tried this yet. This I got in a bundle, and I think this is one of the last ones that I haven't even like touched at all. So I could pull this out, but I also don't really want to because I don't feel inspired by that color story at the moment, so I'm not going to pull that one out. I think I'm gonna, should I pull the Baby Got Peach? This is one that I've already tried. I used this a couple weeks ago, like I said, with that eyeliner, and it looks so nice. I'm just wondering if I want to put it in a project though. I have so many ColourPops in projects, so I don't know if I want to do that. I'm thinking because the Artemis is such a huge palette. Oh, you know what? I've got the Artemis and it has so many shades, and I've just pulled the Color Nebula. Okay, I think I'm going to pull this one as well. Actually, no, the Artemis is, oh, what am I doing? I like this palette and I really want to use it. 10 times though? No, I don't think I want to use that 10 times. Maybe I'll use the Sweet Talk 10 times. I haven't used the Sweet, no, I don't want to use that one either actually. Oh, goodness. Should I use one of my other alter egos, or should I not pull another palette? Oh, I'm wondering, maybe I shouldn't pull another palette, or maybe I should. It's kind of annoying because I thought I would take one out, but I did only have 2 in it to begin with, and just this last month I had 3 because I only had, yeah, I'm not going to push myself. That's it. All right, so this is everything I'm going to be using in the next month. Hopefully I can have some more rollouts next month. I think I did really well this last month, but yeah, wish me luck. And I will see you soon. Thanks. Bye.